right, guys, we are back at Sam Galloway Ford. They got something inside that I want to look at, something that I really like. I think you guys would be interested in this. Let's go inside and take a look. All right, guys, so we came through the door, and I got to keep my voice down in here because they're salespeople. They're trying to help people and work their deals on their cars. But this is why I came down here. Look at what we got right here. This is a 2019, I believe, Gt350R. Now, this car is brand new, and it's really nice. And I came down to look at it because I am considering something else other than my 18 Mustang GT, just for the sake of looking. You know, if an opportunity comes my way, I might jump on it or not. But let's take a look at this car because this one's really nice. All right, guys, take a look at this. This is a beautiful 2019 Shelby Gt350R. This one looks like it's in the shadow black, and it's got the black matte stripes with the red accents on the side. Look at the front of this car. Personally, I think this is the nicest looking Mustang ever built. And from what I'm told about these Gt350s, they're awesome. You know, I know a lot of people who have them, so the feedback has been good. But this is a Gt350R, and this one, you know, has some really nice things on it. Check out the size of those brakes. Look at those wheels and tires, man. Unbelievable. This is a showroom condition, brand new car. But take a look at this, okay? The sticker price on this car is almost $73,000. And here we are, still to this day, with the dealer markups.
You've just crossed over into the twilight zone.
An additional 20 grand to buy this car. Now, these cars have been out for a while. I think since 2016, they've been building these GT350s. Okay, and they are awesome. I mean, there's really nothing that you could say that's not good about these cars. This is one of the best cars that Ford has ever built. But now they're coming out with the GT500. And from what I'm seeing, there are a lot of people who are going after the GT350s. And that was the reason why I came down here, is because I'm considering a GT350 myself. So just decided to take a look at this one. I gotta say, this thing is incredible. Let's see if the door is open. All right, I can't get in, it's locked. But we'll get a look at it from this side. There's a good look at a brand new GT350R. Guys, I gotta say, this thing is beautiful. All right, let me out of here. You know, guys, I gotta say, considering that there's so many GT350s on the market right now, they've been building them since 2015. 2016, and a lot of them are on the market right now. I have a number of friends who have already bought them. You know, you buy a used one, and a lot of them were cars that people bought. They were all hot for them. You know, they bought the car. It's been sitting in the garage. It's been a garage queen all this time, and now a lot of these guys are letting these cars go to go after the GT500. I'm seeing GT350s on the market for roughly, I don't know, $45,000, $48,000, something like that, 50, 52. I know a guy, you know, Slick S550. We all know Slick. He's a really cool guy. He just got a really good deal on a GT350. Now, I'm considering a GT350 myself, but I'm not really sure the way things are going right now. I really like my Mustang GT. So you know what? Let's go back to the house and take a look at my car. All right, guys, so we're back at the house, and there's my 2018 Mustang GT. For those of you who are not familiar with this car, this is a car I bought in November of 2017. In 2018, I put a Whippled Stage 1 supercharger on it. This is a 50 states legal kit. So this kit on a Mustang GT can be used in any state throughout the country, and you wouldn't be violating any laws. And I'm at the point with this car right now that I kind of hesitate to do more modifications to it, because once I do, I lose that 50 states legal certification, and it's not as marketable after that when I should decide to sell it. This engine does not have, this car does not have the stock engine in it. The stock engine broke a piston. I ended up putting a Livernois engine with forged internals in it. It's a lot stronger than a stock engine. And it's running great. I just haven't been driving it all that much because we got into the rainy season and I've been busy with my day job and we moved into a new house and a lot of things have been going on. But the car runs great and I am really happy with it. So why am I selling it? Well, the truth of the matter is, guys, I get bored with things fast. I'll do that. I'll get into a project and I'll be really excited about it. And then, a couple of years into it, I lose interest and I want to do something else. That's why I'm out looking at the GT350s. And the GT350 is a good car to look into because right now, a lot of them are coming on the market. When the GT350s were selling, people were buying them, paying, dealer markups on them, like the one we were just looking at, an extra 20 grand. And a lot of those cars sat in people's garages. They're garage queens. And now those very same buyers are out looking to buy GT500s, and they're dumping their GT350s, which makes it a great used car for somebody to buy. Somebody like myself, Slick 550. We all know Slick. I mentioned him before. He went and got one, and I have some other friends who were looking at them too. I don't want to reveal their names until they buy their cars, and they can do that themselves. So. I am looking into a GT350. It looks like a good project car. I could do some cool things with it, and I really am thinking about doing that. But I may not, because this is an awesome car. This car is putting down 638 to the wheels. Like I say, it's 50 states legal, and it's a great car. So I'm not exactly sure which way I'm going to go, but I've always got my eyes open to look at a different car. Now, I've had some problems with this car since I put the new motor in it, and actually before the new motor, I had noticed that my IATs were high. I live in South Florida. The temperatures are above 90 degrees for about 5-6 months out of the year, and I do have some heat issues with the Whippled supercharger under the hood of this car. So, but I did find something. Let me show you that. Okay, so after close inspection, after seeing the IATs really hot, and we took a look at something that happened here. Now, we put in this Mishimoto radiator, and since it's so much wider than the other radiator, it actually moved the airbox back. Now, I've talked to Dougie about this. He did mention this to me, and we decided to take a close look here. And I put a little light underneath the airbox. And if you could see it down in there, all that light coming in, that's a huge gap at the bottom of the airbox. That's not supposed to be there. And that was something that happened when we put the radiator in. And you can't, it's really hard to see because of all the glare, but all of that light that's coming in from down there, that's supposed to be sealed off. And I'm gonna have to find a way to do that. It's in here pretty tight. I can't really move it around too much, but I have to seal that off. It's no big deal. But that's one of the things that happen. Put the big radiator in it and it causes other problems. So you solve one problem and you create another, but it's not that big of a deal. We're going to try to seal it off and see if we can get this thing right. So yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. You solve one problem and you create another. But all those openings and those gaps around that airbox, I'm going to seal them up, and then we'll take the car out on a nice day and see if we got any results. But, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you think that it would be cool, a good idea for me to sell this car? I never officially put this car up for sale, but through the channel and some other ways on social media, people are contacting me, offering me a good number for the car. I could let this car go, and I could go after a used GT350, and I could mod that car and do some really cool things with it. I'm not exactly going to say what I might do to a car like that, but if I do get one, I got some really cool things up my sleeve to do something with a GT350. I would not get a GT350R. I would just get the GT350. But post your comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think I should maybe be finished with this car and let it go, give it to somebody else who could appreciate it, and go for the GT350, or should I keep it and take it to the next level? This car is putting down 638 to the wheels. That's really not that much, but it is a pretty powerful car. I do have some fun with it. But with this engine and pulling it down, running on E85, putting a new fuel system and things like that. This car is capable of putting down 800 to the wheels or even more if I should, choose to take it that far. What do you think? What direction should I go in? Post your comments. Now, I also got my little gem here. That's my 1976 RM 370. I got to tell you guys, I love this motorcycle. I featured this bike briefly a couple of months ago, and a bunch of people posted comments about it. This is actually my garage queen. I bought this bike a couple of years ago, and I love it. To me, it's eye candy. I mean, look at that motorcycle, man. I absolutely love it. This is a bike from a period in time. It was the first year that you actually could buy a real race bike right off the showroom floor. You could buy this bike off the showroom floor and take it to the track and win races just the way it sits. And guys were doing that. This is a really great motorcycle. Maybe one day I'll get it out to the track because we actually got some legal riding in the area here. So I don't have the equipment, because, I'm going to need a chest protector and a helmet and some, riding pants and boots and things like that. I don't have any of that, but maybe at some point I'll get some of that. We'll take the bike out to the track and, fly through the air with it because this old bike is perfectly capable of doing that. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you Roger DeCoster back in the 70s romping this bike on the track back then. It was an awesome time. So yeah, here we go, guys. I got to make a decision. What are we going to do? We're going to keep the 2018 and take it to the next levels of modification, or we're going to let it go and go for a GT350? Post your comments. Let me know what you think. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.